Hey everyone, Zach here. Now on to the 9th episode of Voltron Legendary Defenders' second season, The Belly of the Weblum. Things are finally being set in motion for the plan to begin destabilizing the Galra Empire. In a few steps, it's basically infect the Central Command Station with a virus, force it through a wormhole to somewhere in deep space, apparently outside of their territory, and then have Voltron permanently disable it. And I guess onward from there, work to free planets, try to have military forces surrender, things like that. But to actually begin this, the heroes have to go on scattered missions in order to get the resources they need. This episode is about Keith and Hunk retrieving more skulltrite crystals for the wormhole generator from the innards of this planet-eating creature known as a Weblum. Pretty much a giant spacefaring worm. Fortunately, just dumb luck, poor foresight, the instructional video Koran has for them is corroded due to being extremely old, so there's scattered pieces of not knowing what to avoid, where to go, what exactly you need to do. But they basically know they have to go inside the beast into one of its stomachs and somehow trigger production of more skulltrite. A couple times in this episode, the Yellow Lion's newly featured armor actually makes another appearance. Don't seem to see any energy disc launcher, but at least it reinforces the lion, provides enhanced durability. I've never seen Fantastic Voyage, but I know it's sort of the blueprint for body adventure kind of stories like this. And yeah, we have them journeying through stomach acid, through part of the bloodstream, fighting the creature's overall immune system, which is presented as kind of like swarms of flying jellyfish that can emit a certain acid to try to break down intruders and food. There's a bit of comedy here at Keith's expense, based on a pretty big revelation that will probably be elaborated upon soon, that he somehow has Galra ancestry. It's unknown how far back, on which side of his family, but that seems to connect him having a blade of Marmora dagger on his person, and him being able to activate it into a saber form. Another thing that might come back in some way, whether late in the season or the series. Keith actually finds, I guess, sort of a one-man ski pod of some sort, or maybe just a personal craft, of a still living Galra soldier. And they do work together to basically survive being inside of this animal. But the trust isn't quite there. And it really does get a bit crude toward the end. This is still a family show, and they're inside a giant creature, so there's going to be body humor at some point, but it doesn't derail the story or anything. There's still their mission, what they gotta do. Also, to elaborate on the planet-eating capabilities of the Weblum, I'm guessing it's, I forget if it's actually meant to be kind of just an accepted natural part of a planet's death, possibly, or if this thing is something of a parasite, if it brings worlds to a premature end. Either way, that's not what the mission is here. They more just understand its strength, its abilities, and they have to work around that to get to their own more immediate concerns. I'm not sure where the other missions will go, what groups of characters there'll be, but we'll soon find out. Also, Face is probably going to be found out very soon, unfortunately, because into the investigation of who the turncoat in Central Command is, one of the druids has been assigned to basically be a bodyguard to him, and thus it's hard for him to keep acting according to his mission, his actual resistance mission. He has to be especially careful now. So I'm wondering how things are going to turn out for him. But anyway, that's just about it for this one. See you in episode 21.